The views expressed are solely those of the speaker and not necessarily those of Paltalk.com, AVM software, or its advertisers.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the internet with more than 4 million unique users. On demand on iTunes, on demand on YouTube, on demand on my site, GaryBaumgarten.com, where you're encouraged to post your comments, whether you agree with yours truly or not. Yesterday's show brought close to 30 comments, and some of them agreed with me and some of them didn't. It's fine. You don't have to agree with me. And thanks to our good friends at CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated to an additional 12 million households. I am your host, Gary Baumgarten. Welcome to the show. Well, as advertised, we're going to talk about President Obama's speech today at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina, where he said that we are withdrawing, hoo-ha, from Iraq. But wait, I want to say before I slap the president around verbally a little bit here, I want to say something about him that I really respect, something that isn't being reported on very much today, but I'm going to report it to you right now, and it's probably the first time you're hearing about this. The Obama administration today decided to boycott the Durban II conference. That's the United Nations conference against racism in Geneva in April. The Obama administration says we're not involving ourselves in this conference because of the anti-Semitism that the conference will be promoting. I say to Barack Obama, thank you, Mr. President, for standing up to the anti-Semites of the world. Thank you for not participating in a so-called forum against racism in order to have a bully pulpit against another group of people in the name of fighting racism. Thank you very much, Mr. President. I'm glad to see that you have the chutzpah to do the right thing. Now, when it comes to the withdrawal, so-called, of troops from Iraq, no, he's not really withdrawing. He says that by September of next year, the combat troops will be out of Iraq. Well, let's look at this. Up to 50,000 troops will remain. There are about 150,000 there, so one-third, a full one-third of the troops that he said would be coming out will remain. Now, they're not going to be in combat mode. Are you kidding me? This isn't like post-World War II Germany. This is Iraq. Of course, there's still going to be combat troops. I don't care what you call it. They're going to be in a theater of war. They're going to be armed. They're going to have to protect themselves. And I guarantee you that they're going to have to use their weapons after September of 2010. In reality, what will happen is all the troops won't be out until 2011. Look, he promised during the campaign to get our troops out of Iraq. This so-called withdrawal is 3 months later than he had promised during the campaign, but subsequently he consulted with the generals, and they said, Mr. President, we can't get these guys and gals out of there quite as quickly as you had promised during the campaign. So he altered by 3 months. He extended by 3 months the stay. But let's call it what it is. It's not a withdrawal. It is a reduction of troops. And by the way, at the same time, we're gearing up troops in Afghanistan. So I'm just saying, Mr. President, you say that we're going to have transparency and openness in government. Let's call it what it is and not try to sugarcoat it and call it something else. I mean, the last president had this no child left behind nonsense that left children behind. So, forget about Spin City or Spin District or Spin Country. Let's call it what it is. It is a reduction. It is a good thing. what you are doing, Mr. President, but it is not a withdrawal. It is a reduction. And let's not let those troops there go there under the mistaken impression that they're not in a combat zone. They are the ones that will be remaining. Now, I'm not the only one to question this. Among those questioning the president's plan to withdraw from Iraq are Democrats, top Democrats, including Pelosi, who is questioning the need to keep 50,000 troops in Iraq, including Lynn Woolsey, a Democrat of California and co-founder of the Out of Iraq House Caucus, including Dennis Kucinich, Democrat of Ohio, including U.S. Senator Charles Schumer. The list goes on and on and on. And by the way, I say I applaud you, these top Democrats, for speaking out against the president who is the head of your party. Because we can't just walk lockstep behind any leader of this country. There should be critical discussion of everything that he wants to do, especially by members of his own party, because we have to put country first, as the Republicans promised to do during the presidential campaign, during their convention, but they don't seem to do that because they all seem to walk lockstep behind their leadership. So I think it's good. I think it's healthy that the president is being criticized. Now, a little sidebar to this before I open it up to your comments. I received a press release today from our good friends at the Iraq and Afghan Veterans of America, the IAVA. It's the nation's first and largest nonprofit group for Iraq and Afghanistan veterans. And they are concerned that if there are a number of troops coming back stateside and they're not going to be recycled as they had been under the Bush administration, that there will be an influx, a surge, as they call it, of new veterans in the United States. And they are saying that the new GI Bill must be properly implemented, mental health resources must be expanded, and we must account for the toll the economic crisis will have on new veterans and their families. No veterans welcome home should come in the form of an unemployment check. This is an issue that I have been very strong on this show, and most of you have been supportive of, and that is whether you're in favor of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan or not, we should be supporting the brave men and women who are sent there as duty calls, and we should properly welcome them back as we properly sent them out with our arms around them and helping them in any way we can. And the government should take the lead, and private industry should follow that lead. And the previous administration was woefully short on taking care of our returning veterans. They talked the talk, but they didn't walk the walk. And let's hope that the IAVA's